Hi everybody, it's Dean Petrolakis from Ryder Dickerson, and I'm here today at Loyola University Chicago with Andrew Naylor and Kara Kilmer. And today we're going to be talking about another fun project that we worked on with Loyola. We're going to be talking about the Move-In Manual, probably one of our more popular projects that we've done with Loyola. It's got national acclaim, won many awards, got notice all over the higher ed community. And before we get started about the project, I'd like to at least start by, Andrew, introduce yourself more formally to everyone and tell us what you do at Loyola.
All right. My name is Andrew Naylor, and I'm the Assistant Director for Housing Operations, and that includes a wide variety of things in my role. But the most important thing is planning the move-in process for Loyola students to campus.
Great. Kara?
My name is Kara Kilmer, and I'm a graphic designer in the marketing department, and we work with clients like Andrew to help ease the transition of events like Move-In for students on campus.
Yeah, and this definitely, the project we're talking about today, Kara and Andrew, it's definitely a piece that definitely made things easier for students. And Kara, why don't we first, let's go back in time a little bit here and let's look at what this Move-In Manual used to be before we go into what it's become. And then we'll have Andrew speak to us about the importance of Move-In Weekend. But why don't you show everybody here what the Move-In Manual used to be?
Yeah, so at Loyola, Move-In is a very important process. It's the first real event that students have on campus, so we wanted it to be very welcoming. And about 3 years ago, Andrew's team came to us, and they knew that they wanted to improve their existing materials, but didn't really know what the printing capabilities were. So 3 years ago, the Move-In Manual was just this like 8-page packet of papers, and it just really wasn't that convenient. It really wasn't that exciting. This is a piece that people had to carry around with them at Move-In, so it's kind of cumbersome and it's hard to find what you're looking for as you're like shuffling through papers. So we came up with help from Ryder with this Move-In Manual, and we were able to use variable data to customize many of the fields. So students would get this manual and it had their roommates listed on it. It had a customized map showing them like the important spots that they had to go on campus, a customized parking pass, even a tear-out sheet that they could give to their parents with helpful information once they're on campus.
Yeah, so could you imagine going from this to this in the first year, what a big change that was? And we're going to come back to Kara in a second to talk about that. But Andrew, talk about the importance of Move-In Weekend and why this piece is so important to that whole process.
Well, Move-In is so important because that weekend is the students' first welcome to their new home at Loyola. How we make that impression on that first day they step onto campus is so critical to not only them but also to their parents. And the Move-In Manual has helped make that very successful because it includes all the basic information that they need. It provides all the information, including the time they need to arrive to make Move-In as smooth as possible. The Move-In Manual has helped us increase the satisfaction that students and parents feel about our move-in process to 96%.
Wow, that's huge. And that's tremendous because, as we know, retention with students, that starts the first time they walk on campus. So that's an amazing stat. Thanks for sharing that. So, Kara, let's go back to the first time you did this. You and I were talking, when you did this, when we worked on this project, you had never done a variable data print job before. So when I still remember the first conversation we had about it, you're like, I'm working on this piece, we have some ideas, but I need some help.
Yeah.
Talk about this, we work with a lot of graphic designers at Ryder Dickerson who are intimidated by designing for variable data. In fact, you spoke at one of our seminars about that. So just talk about the process, the first time going through it, how it was, and how working on this has made designing for variable data now easier for you.
Yeah. I guess it's something that seems kind of intimidating, and when I saw Dean first present on it at, I think it was a conference about 4 years ago, it seemed really cool, but it did seem a little intimidating. But it was really very simple. You really just design it for one person, and you leave enough space for the largest entry. Or, for instance, we've had, this one says Ed, but I mean, like, some names get very long, so you just have to know what your largest name or entry, how much space it'll take up, and from there we were just able to give our list to Dean, and they did their magic with it.
Yeah, lots of data preparation. I know, and that's the key. Is And we tell everybody this: when you're going to work on a variable data project, you got to work with a printer and who can handle your data and process it, because the piece can look great, but if the data fails, and as you mentioned, I mean, you talk about the data in here, people. I mean, we have everything, not just their name, but roommates' names, meal plan, address, customized map, color-coded vehicle sticker for ID for your car when you move in. One little thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong for the whole file. So you got to work with someone you trust.
Yeah, there's really no room for error, and I think that if we had ever had errors, Dean would have definitely heard about it. And maybe Andrew would be questioning if we should be doing this at all. So it's been a pretty foolproof process, and we're able to trust you.
Yeah, it's been great. Like I said, it's won lots of awards for us as a group, and you can see how the pieces evolved here. We've gone from the first iteration to the second one. The second one, the first year to the second year, I think we kept most everything the same, just with the design. But this year, one of the exciting things that we added is students' pictures on the inside. The other thing that we are now toying with adding for next year that we've talked about is virtual tours of the dormitories. So it'd be really great when the student gets this, not only do they know where they're going to move into, their roommates' names, but little QR code in there, you scan it, and it's personalized, so it can take you to a tour of your dormitory. You can check out the common areas of the dorm, your room. I mean, Andrew, how cool would that be for a student before they ever walk onto campus to get a look at their dorm before they even step foot on campus?
It'll be great, because many times they've gone on a tour and it's been a year or even longer before they've seen that building. And having that refresher of what it's like to actually be in that building is going to be a great addition.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that next year. So this has been great. So again, this is another example, folks, of the amazing capabilities of the Indigo at Ryder Dickerson. The quality, as Kara has mentioned in another video we did together, is not sacrificed. And the variable data, creating a highly customized piece right for a student. We printed 4,000 of these, and every one of them was different. So everybody got a warm welcome to Loyola. And it's just a great testament to the partnership that we have with Loyola that we can do this kind of stuff. So thank you both for spending some time with us, and thank you, everybody.